Hello, this is Geezer Gamer, also known as Iron Bill, back tonight with another video. And man, I can tell you that PvP tonight, I don't know what's going on. My feeling is that SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, has been tuned back because this was a very, very rough night. Now, granted, I don't play Warlock very much in PvP, and I was very clumsy in my play, but yeah, this was unusually harsh for me. Also, I noticed that I kept matching more often than not with at least 2 or 3 people on a team. One time I managed to get on a team, but as you see over and over here, you keep seeing 3s, and yeah, it just wound up being kind of a deal. So that's a 2 right there. That's not too bad. Anyway, I finally landed a match at the end. I gave it one more try, and here we are. I'm in the front again, and that's a bad sign. And by this point in time, I'd settled on a spare rations and my Traveler's Judgment, and it works okay for this map because it's not very long range. But there were snipers tonight that were pro-level snipers. I mean, you poked your head out at all, and this was match after match. You pop your head out anywhere, you get popped. And so this kind of forced me to go meta, unfortunately. And I put on the Contraverse holds. I started running the spare rations. Yeah, handheld Supernova, although I missed on that one. But I'm getting the zone and contesting it. And right there, that guy hopped up, clean snipe. And I didn't have to expose myself like that. But I kept thinking, you know, I'll get a shot on something if I hang around there, but big mistake. And I get popped a couple of times, and then I start playing a lot more cautiously, which I don't like to do. With this loadout, you really need, that guy ran right by me, you need to be more mobile because it doesn't have the range to compete against Pulse or Scout at any distance, and this map does have open areas. Now, most of the play happened here on the front end. We off between B and A and C and A, and not too much between A and C. In fact, I mean, you could pretty much travel unmolested up and down those areas. So if I'm popping back here to try to take another angle. Our guys already cleaned off the area. I see I'm about to get myself pinched again, so I back on out of there. I see that there are people on B, and I'm going to try once again. But unfortunately, there are 3 guys there. He pops the shield and steps forward with the ace of spades. And I didn't give myself much of a chance on that. But this is a learning process, and I don't have a problem with that. Honestly, I killed myself there, and I understand how it happened, so it's not like I feel like those guys had an unfair advantage or anything. I threw myself at 3 people, and I can't whine about that. So here we go. I know the guys over there. And I began to lean into my Traveler's Judgment here shortly. I see that they're still on B. That guy's way too far out. There's that sniper. He had a Fate Cries foul, and he was good with it. For the most part. Now, he bodied me a couple times because I began to get wise to him. And there's a Thorn. That guy was pretty decent too. And I don't know. My spare rations is not a great roll. I may have to farm for one. It's okay, but it doesn't have the reach to compete against that Thorn. And I had to back out. I didn't have anything to cover it, and there were 2 guys down there, and that was just going to be looking for trouble. So I decided to trapdoor spider this corridor. Guy throws a smoke up here. Someone comes behind. Even if I hadn't got him, somebody else would have, or did. Actually, it wasn't me, it was somebody else. I got one guy, I see the sniper down there again, I realize I'm in a bad spot, and just kind of roll out of it before it's too late. And there he is, he bodied me. He knew I was there. So I'm just going to hold on here. This time I'm going to make darn sure of it, got him clean, and recovered the zone. Okay, I'm not quite sure what he threw up there. I thought it was a super. And I don't know why I left that zone before we got it. That was kind of a mistake, but anyway, there's a guy throwing himself into 4 or 5 people. Probably a mistake. And I know there are 2 guys over here, and I jump up here anyway and take my shot because There were 4 of us there. There's no reason why we shouldn't have all moved together and go for that. I'm at the bottom of the list, but at least we're winning. I'm figuring out what I can and can't do with this character. I'm going for the zone, and these guys, they didn't, and I don't get it. On the radar, there's some red to our north. I move up, put some shots into him. He's winning that fight, and then my teammates move in and clean up. I didn't get credit for it, but at least we got the zone, and you know, I'm a team player. I don't have to have the big tally to be happy. Alright, so we've got players to the right. I decide to go for a super. I get 1. And what I didn't catch here was that guy tossed a grenade right there, and I went right through it. And if I'd continued around to the left and wrapped around, I might have, and gotten back up on B, I might have made something out of that. But yeah, that's a super that's going to need a buff, and I think it's getting one, because pretty much if you have 3 people spread out, or one guy with a sniper and has any range on you, you're going to lose with that super. You've pretty much got to pop it right in the middle of people. I had been running Nova Warp up to that point, but I wanted to run the handheld and just decided to bite the bullet. And then, speaking of supernova, there it is. Alright. At this point, things begin to pick up a little bit. So far, I've just been trading more or less. It's not been, I mean, it's been very mediocre, which is the bulk of my play anyway. Okay, I get one, and then the guy to the left comes through. And I don't know if he was invisible or I just didn't see him. There was some smoke tossed there, so I don't know if it was our guy did it, or let's just say I lost him on the map and he got me. Okay, so I see that there's a guy on heavy, so I bounce around. He runs and tries to bait me over so he can come back and blast me, and I jumped over him. That was a smart play on my part. Okay, I've got this guy coming at me, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm totally dead because there's a 3rd guy and I'm hurt. But I had enough teammates around that it didn't happen that way, so that was good. And my play generally is starting to improve. Now, I know I'm going to have to push, so I use cover to get around here. That guy takes off before I can toss the supernova. He heard it charging. Got a team. Oh, he has Thorn, and he pushes me back. Good reversal on his part. This guy doesn't see me coming, so I get him. Catch this guy on spawn. And I think there's even a 3rd guy. Yeah, 3rd guy wraps around here. And he spots me. But it's a sidearm versus sidearm fight, and yeah, you see how it came out. Alright, so cracking along here, 98 to 83, we're doing pretty good, but you know, you can never be sure. And I'm trying to be aggressive in this play and not just camp anywhere. Okay, and I get this guy, and then I'm not really quite sure. I guess I got 3 tapped by the Thorn. That's what it said anyway, which seemed kind of odd, but it is what it is. I was out there in the open. And there's enough stuff going on my screen. Yeah, there's the sniper. I really couldn't see for sure what was going on. So I hopped back across, trying to go over the arch so I wouldn't give him a headshot. And because I knew if I stayed down there I was going to be in trouble. Okay, that's a good play. I think I'm dead again, and I managed to get out of it. I'm going to pop over here, and I think pop a rift just to recover. Don't wait long enough to really get a full shield, but I give my teammates something to go for. Decide now, and then I start shooting my teammate. I don't realize that he's not an enemy. You know, and I didn't see that till after I played it back. It's just kind of funny how that works out sometimes. Getting old. It was getting late too. I mean, actually the play ended tonight around 11 o'clock, so a little bit late for me, and it's starting to show. So anyway, the enemy team is closing on us. They've got a couple zones. No, we've got a couple zones, but they're about to get one. And then this striker shuts me down. But he gets taken out. I think I might have gotten one out of that and a piece of him. Alright, so we really need to get B back, and we just don't. I waste that. And watch this. I'm already around the corner, and that thing hooks 90 degrees and hits me. That's messed up. I'm a PvE player mostly, but I gotta agree with that nerf. You know, there's just no way that should happen. Okay, now that time I see the guy over to the right that I didn't see before, and that probably cost us the match because we had a chance to catch up at that point, and I just went and threw him another death. We did not get the zone. I just didn't hold up my end. This guy, and see, there's a perfect example. My sidearm, it doesn't have Vorpal or anything. It's just a stock sidearm, and I drug him down. Okay, now I tried to use it here when I should have been using the spare rations. I got him, but took a little damage, and yeah, this guy finishes me off with a Valakaden, and that's the loss. Alright, so overall, I'm not too unhappy. It is what it is, and if they turn off skill-based matchmaking, I won't have much reason to pursue this, but because I'm just never going to be good enough at my age. But until I'm sure that happens, I'll continue to play. So this is Geezer Gamer, also known as Iron Bill, signing off for the evening.